A fiduciary advisor who charges you a fee to give you advice and have your account managed. Is he or she working in your best interest or theirs? And is working with a commission-based advisor a bad thing or a good thing? This is Victor Cuevas with Victor for Advice. Let's get into it. Okay, here I am in my Financial Advisor magazine newsletter that I read practically every day. And we see here June 11th, 2026, the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, warns advisors are still obscuring fees, conflicts. Investment advisors are still obscuring compensation conflicts, failing to disclose revenue sharing arrangements, and overcharging clients despite years of regulatory scrutiny, according to a new Securities and Exchange Commission risk alert. Compensation, obscuring compensation, and conflicts. Talks about conflicts of interest and how much of your money is coming out of your pocket into theirs. So they're saying here that these bad things are still happening despite years of regulatory scrutiny. Let's read on. The Securities and Exchange Division of Examiners said its examiners continue to find advisors, listen to this, recommending higher cost share classes. In other words, instead of finding investments that are good for you and that have low cost, they find the expensive stuff, more fees. Steering client cash into revenue generating sweep programs where your cash is supposed to be safe and no fees, but they're putting into programs that are generating fees. Omitting affiliated compensation arrangements from disclosures, omitting stuff from disclosures that are supposed to be in the disclosures, but they're omitting it, and charging fees that do not match client agreements. So you made an agreement with that advisor for a certain fee schedule, and guess what? They're not honoring it. Oh, but they're supposed to be working in your best interest. I don't want to bore you with the details, but I have to read this because it's so vitally important for your decision making when it comes to your financial future. Examiners also uncovered operational failures that went well beyond disclosure deficiencies, including advisors charging fees that were inconsistent with advisory agreements. They made an advisory agreement with you and they're not living up to the fee structure. Billing clients for assets that should have been excluded from fee calculations. Listen, folks, they are charging you fees on your money that's not supposed to be charged. That's not supposed to have fees charged against it. Failing to apply reduced fee breakpoints. That means when you get to a certain amount of money in your account, their fee structure is supposed to go down. They're not doing it. Double billing for the same services and failing to refund prepaid fees after clients terminated advisory relationships. Well, you terminated them. They're supposed to refund you some of the fees, and they don't do it. They keep them. In some cases, advisors charge asset-based fees on holdings specifically excluded under client agreements. They had account balances that were excluded from fees, weren't ever supposed to be feed, and they hit you with a fee anyway. In others, firms continue charging fees on inactive accounts. This is ridiculous. Failed to apply lower fee schedules or neglected to rebate transaction costs they had promised clients would not incur. They promised clients that they would not incur the fees, and they hit them anyway. They took their money anyway. Does any of this, folks, sound like they're operating in your best interest? Do they have a conflict of interest? You bet they do. Major conflicts of interest. because they live off of those fees, and they will do anything to retain those fees or enhance those fees no matter what. Let me read this to you quickly. As fiduciaries, investment advisors have an obligation to eliminate, or at least to expose through full and fair disclosure, all conflicts of interest which might incline an investment advisor, unconsciously or consciously, to render advice which was not disinterested. The SEC said a note. That's what they're supposed to do, but they're not doing it. Examiners found advisors recommending programs that automatically move clients' uninvested cash into interest-bearing accounts, safe money that would earn compound interest, including accounts managed by affiliated entities, while failing to adequately disclose the revenue generated by those arrangements. They're even getting you on the sweep on your money that's not even invested, that's not even being managed. It's supposed to be over here in cash, and hitting you up on that too. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of this thing because it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable what fiduciaries are doing out there. I'll finish it with this. The SEC said economic conflicts of interest remain a routine examination priority and urge advisors to review billing practices, disclosures, and compliance controls to ensure clients receive full and fair disclosure. Is that asking too much? Full and fair disclosure of economic incentives that could influence recommendations. You see, they're not recommending, folks, what's right for you, what's the best for you. They're recommending what puts more money in their pockets. The agency noted that examination findings have frequently resulted in advisors returning money to clients because of fee, billing, and calculation errors, underscoring that economic conflicts of interest remain a routine examination priority. I'm not here to say that every fiduciary out there is a crook, but what this article clearly tells us, and I know because I was in an industry for 20 years, thankfully, I'm in a safe money world now. But what this article tells us is that it is frequent and routine. Frequent and routine. Now, what about the commission-based advisors? Well, obviously, not all of them are honest guys. Nobody, hey, doctors, lawyers, politicians, businessmen, you name it. There are a bunch of crooks everywhere. We're talking about your money. And when you work with a commission-based financial advisor, 100% of your money goes to work. If you're in a no fee, which a lot of them are, if you do pay a fee, you actually get something for it, something valuable for that fee. The commission-based guys cannot get their hands on your money. They can't dip it. The fiduciaries, I used to be one, has access to your money. It can cost you hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, even to the millions, depending on your account balances, over 10, 15, or 20 years. That cannot happen to you in a commission-based work. So all I'm saying is that you might want to look at the safe money side of things. Guys like me who have years and years of experience, who are independent and absolutely do work in your best interest, and we can't get our hands into your money. This is Victor Cuevas, Victor for Advice. If you want to see what the safe money world can offer and how it can enhance your future retirement, well, give me a call. Let's talk. God bless.